Lady here at 1340 WJOL, WJOL.com, and Maryland's Cafe Society.com. Of course, Michael Jackson in the background there with Man in the Mirror. You know, it appears that the Jackson complex for Gary, Indiana is still somewhat of a dream. You know, last year, his father, Michael Jackson's father, Joe Jackson, and the mayor of the city of Gary, Indiana, Rudy Clay, announced plans for the Jackson Family Center, which would be situated on a 300-acre piece of city land south of Interstate Highway 8094. And the plan, of course, includes the moving the 1,000 square feet Jackson house a few blocks away from which is a few blocks away from where the complex is going to be. Anyway, it appears that the plans have stalled a bit, but according to one of the point persons involved in the development, they say that they're still moving along. And of course, it's going to be a museum of sorts and hopefully draw some attention to the city of Gary and increase their economic development there. And you know, invite tourists and visitors. They're hoping to generate probably $150 million a year on that development. And so we'll kind of see what happens with that. But things just aren't moving along as quickly as they'd like. In the meantime, fans of Michael Jackson have already started a vigil of sorts outside of the home that Michael Jackson grew up in Gary, Indiana. Of course, you know, today marks the 2-year anniversary of his death. And as I stated at the beginning of the show, we will be paying homage to him throughout the show today by playing some of his music in and out of commercial breaks. All right, so how are you? How are you? And you? Well, I tell you, this week has zipped by, and you have a long list of things that you want to get accomplished, and you look up and it's Friday, and you've only touched the list. I want to apologize to anyone who's tried to connect with me via the internet or social media. I've been having some issues with that. I know, it's like my middle name is Marilyn Internet Problems May. I don't know. It's at least 4 or 5 times a year I have these issues. So if I have not replied or responded to email requests or inboxes and things of that nature, just hold on, because we're back up and running, and I'll be touching bases with everyone soon. And speaking of the internet and social media, according to the Chicago Tribune, 79% of Chicago is on Facebook. Wow. That's almost 80%. Not that I'm a mathematical genius or anything, but that's quite a few people. And so are you a Facebooker yet? And you know, at one time they were saying that the MySpace, this is going back maybe 3 years, 4 years, MySpace were for the teeny boppers and the kids, and the Facebook were for the more mature adult individuals. But now it appears that even the young people have kind of jumped ship or added Facebook to their social media networks. And so I thought that was very, very interesting. And, you know, speaking of technology and the internet and all of that, there was a recent report coming from the government. It appears that the senators are interested in speaking with the CEOs of Google. And they're being accused of dodging them because they want to send their chief legal officer to appear for them. And the senators are saying, no, we would like to speak with the CEO and the chairman of Google. Larry Page is CEO, Eric Schmidt is the chairman. And they wanted to see them so much so that the Wall Street Journal reported just on Thursday that the Federal Trade Commission is preparing to serve the company with subpoenas to get those guys there. Now, what is it all about? It appears that they're interested in learning a little bit more about their competition issues pertaining to internet searches, and they want them to testify on that, and they're also um, interested in just learning a little bit more about the company, and they thought that the CEO and the chairman would be better people to represent the company as opposed to their chief legal advisor. So we'll follow up and see where that leads us. And then, did you hear about the Yahoo CEO? She was grilled. Her name, by the way, is Carol Bartz. And I guess she was doing some kind of annual shareholders report to the shareholders or investors. And you know how when you're reporting to people, you always make things appear to be going well. Well, they said that one investor stood up and said, I want to address what we've been seeing in blogs, that the board is talking to other CEOs, and the last thing we need right now is a lame duck CEO. Yahoo cannot afford another exodus of talent, and I think this is likely if Carol remains for the duration of her contract. So, what's happening at Yahoo? Is there a shakeup on the horizon? We shall see. But I tell you, they were saying that Bart's replied that she was fully confident in her role there with Yahoo. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It looks like these social medias, all of this is new, learning how to set policies and laws and things of that nature for the internet and social media and companies like Yahoo and Google and things of that nature. And so it's interesting to watch them as they go through these growing pains. All right. We'll continue to look at some top headline stories. We'll bring it local when we come back after this quick break. For those who don't know, this is another Saturday with Maryland's Cafe Society right here at 1340 WJOL, WJOL.com, and Maryland.